As assistive technology advisor for the university, I thought it would be useful to bring together a final year languages student who is a screen reader user, is totally blind, to ask questions of the head of the e-learning team to find out whether it would be worth his while to learn how to use Canvas when he did not find he could use the previous VLE WebCT.
So Trevor, as the e-learning manager, could you explain to me, as a student who hasn't used Canvas that much and didn't use WebCT that much, what the benefits are of Canvas?
I think fundamentally Canvas is a more accessible application than in comparison to WebCT.
Mm-hmm.
It has a simpler interface.
Yes.
It's a more modern interface.
Yeah.
It's more geared to working with modern, contemporary web browsers.
Yeah.
So overall, I think it should be an improvement.
You talk about accessibility there, and obviously accessibility is a very key component of making Canvas work. One thing in particular that lecturers do is they put documents up on Canvas, which I imagine is a very large part of what you want them to do with Canvas. But obviously a key factor is that the documents themselves have to be accessible. And I was wondering if you could explain to me, first of all, whether you do give advice to lecturers about making material accessible, and if so, what advice are they being given?
My personal advice would be to keep the content as simple as possible, because it tends to be more complex content that causes the biggest issues.
Is there any kind of policy at the moment in terms of saying to staff, listen, here is the advice, you need to go and look at it?
There is advice, we point people at that advice.
Right.
But we have no way of enforcing that.
There are, if you like, enhancements for academics and teaching staff that they can go through, some professional enhancements, their professional development. If the whole aspect of accessibility were included in those, then the academic staff would get something out of the extra effort they'd have to put in to going through your advice and taking it.
In some parts of the university there are more locally based e-learning teams, and I'm thinking of the College of Social Sciences, for example, where they've actually created templates that have specific built-in accessibility features.
Right.
But we don't, and they also run their own kind of bespoke training courses, if you like, for staff in their particular college.
Yeah.
Right, so it tells me it's got 38 links and one heading, and I shut it up from there. So if I go to and this is my strategy, it may not be yours, Callum, but this is the way I do it as a screen reader user. I always go to the first heading. So I've got headings.
40 items. Headings 4 items.
So I've got 4 headings.
3 questions.
3 questions.
Most responders.
Right, so 3 questions, so they're all heading level 3.
Yeah.
Quiz instructions.
Right, 2 quiz instructions comes after.
Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't seem to me to be logical, but I'll click on that one, yes?
Yeah.
Heading level 2. Quiz instructions.
Right.
Heading question 1. Heading level 2. Quiz instructions. Entering name. Flag this question unchecked checkbox.
So it says flag this question unchecked.
Heading question 1. 100 points. Skip to question text.
I don't think there are any quiz instructions. I think they've just left that blank.
Okay.
Which is, so you've got the heading, but you haven't got the instruction.
Right, so it's saying the instructions are, here's the test, just do it. Okay, so I got a link here.
100 point link. Skip to question text.
This is a skip to link, which is the same page link. Now these haven't always worked on the Mac.
Press link. Skip to question text. Complete a phrases sugums avec le mot qui combien dans la forme qui combien colon. Agenda, agony, and voice, atina, simple.
You would need a French synthesizer, but you presumably got one
Yes.
of yours. I don't know whether I probably have got one of mine, but I never use it. So it's skipped to the first question.
Yeah.
That obviously means something to you.
It shows that if you can log on to Canvas, that there are things you can do with Canvas. I think that it's manageable. I do think you can learn your way around Canvas if you want to, or you have the time to, or need to. But I think it's something that you've got to have the full length of your degree to grasp. So I think that when you're in final year of your degree, to ask someone on top of their studies to go onto a website and learn the entirety of how it works, because it's not just a website we're talking about a huge environment and workspace. That takes quite a lot of time. I think possibly the way to go on this would be for students with a visual impairment to get access to Canvas early, so before term starts, so that they have a month to really familiarise themselves with Canvas, so that when staff put things up, they're not going, well, I don't know how to get that. They already know how to get it. Because it's not like a sighted person who goes on and can just go, oh, click, 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 there it is, open.
Callum,
Yeah.
if you were a student starting out with a visual impairment screen reader user, doesn't matter what platform you're using, do you think that you'd be attracted to use Canvas, having experienced what we've seen today?
I think I would be attracted to using Canvas from the point of view that it is possible to use, and from the point of view that staff are going to use it to put material up and to put quizzes up and to do many more things besides. So I think that the fact that it is doable and the fact that in a way really knowing how to use it is necessary, I think would encourage me to use it. Would I, if I had complete choice, would I be encouraged to use it? Not necessarily, because I think there are easier ways of getting information out to people. I think that staff using email files to you is a much better and more efficient way than getting a student to trawl through a load of links. But if this is the way that the university is going to go, then I would broadly support using it and trying to learn how to use it.
My inclination would always be to go towards trying to do what we can to overcome those issues, rather than looking for alternatives that don't involve the VLE. I think there are some features in Canvas, the ability to give someone a link that goes directly to a particular resource within the VLE, for example, that could be quite helpful, even if those links were distributed using email. And
thank you very much, everybody, for coming. And there will be more, I'm sure. So thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Callum.
You're welcome.
No problem.